For everyone who walked Camino in 2025, you already know what this road does to you. It opens things, it breaks things, it softens you in the places you didn't even know were hard, and somehow it heals part of you never knew needed healing. And for everyone planning to walk the Camino de Santiago in 2026, you're standing exactly where so many of us once stood. Curious, excited, nervous, hopeful, and already feeling the quiet pull that only the Camino creates. This year we were walking Camino Portuguese nearly 700 kilometers, and I've learned lessons I wasn't ready for. Lessons that arrived slowly, in moments of silence, in moments of struggle, in conversations with strangers, and in the simplest, smallest details of the walk. These weren't lessons from the guidebook. These were lessons from the road itself. Lessons that have changed how I want to walk again in 2026. So today, pilgrim to pilgrim, I'm sharing 10 essential lessons to walk Camino de Santiago in 2026 with a clearer mind, lighter heart, and your own pace. Always your own pace. The myth of being fully prepared. Every year I started with the same idea. This time I will be ready. I will have the perfect shoes, the perfect gear, the perfect plan, the perfect mindset. But here's what the Camino Portuguese taught me. The Camino doesn't want your perfection, it wants your presence. No matter how many kilometers you've walked, the Camino will always humble you. With the rain that arrives out of nowhere, with feet that suddenly decide to rebel, with stages that seem endless, and with moments that remind you that control is just an illusion. Over-preparation looks responsible, but most of the time it's simply fear wearing a clean shirt. In 2026, I'm not walking to be ready, I'm walking to be present. The weight of expectations. We all carry expectations, even when our backpacks are light. The perfect first day, the perfect albergue, the perfect weather, the perfect vision of ourselves. But the Camino Portuguese whispered the truth. Perfection is not the point. Reality, messy, surprising, funny, and imperfect is always better than the fantasy we create before we start. When I finally let go of what Camino should be, I could finally see what I really was. The ego of I should know better by now. Even after many Caminos, I still find myself saying I should know better by now. But the Camino has a sense of humor. I still overpack. I still compare my pace. I still get tired, emotional, impatient. I still feel guilty of resting, as if resting isn't part of the walk. And the truth, experience doesn't make you perfect. Experience makes you softer, gentler, more human. In 2026, I'm letting go of the idea that I need to get it right. I will walk like a beginner again, but with an open heart. The illusion of control. I can't control the rain. I can't control the wind. And you can't control the person who snores like a broken motorcycle in the bank above you. And you can't control detours, closed cafes, missing arrows, and unexpected climbs. You see, the Camino Portuguese reminded me that control is a story that I tell myself, but letting go, that's where the peace is. In 2026, I'm choosing to walk with control in one hand and acceptance in the other. The pressure to film everything. This one is for creators, and for everyone who feels pressure to capture the moment. On the Camino Portuguese, I filmed a lot, but I also learned that not every sunrise needs the camera, not every tea needs a clip, not every laugh needs the microphone. Some moments are too scary, too personal, too raw to be turned into content. The most cinematic scenes are often the ones that the camera stays in your pocket. And in 2026, I am walking both as a pilgrim and as a storyteller, but never choosing the camera over the moment. The comparison trap. They walk faster, they carry less, they look fitter, they seem to have everything under control. Comparison is a thief disguised as motivation. It steals joy, it steals confidence, it steals presence. And the Camino Portuguese reminded me, my piece is not your piece, and your story is not my story. And that's exactly the beauty of it. So in 2026, I'm celebrating my own rhythm, and I hope to celebrate yours too. The need to rush. Rushing for beds, rushing because others do 30 kilometers per day, rushing because the guidebook says something, rushing because everyone posts their kilometers online. But when you rush, you walk through moments instead of walking into them. On the Camino Portuguese, the best memories came when I slowed down. A conversation with a local, a small church on a hill, a dog following me for a kilometer, and a coffee that tasted like a blessing. So in 2026, I'm choosing the slow way, because the Camino isn't something to finish, it's something to feel. The fear of asking for help. This one surprised me the most. Every time I ask for help, from firefighters, from hospitaleros, from locals, from other pilgrims, the Camino answered with kindness. Asking isn't weakness. Asking is connection. Asking is courage. In 2026, I'm letting community carry me when the legs can't. The idea that comfort is a bad thing. There's a myth that you need to suffer to be a pilgrim, that you need to sleep in the most basic places, that pain is part of the story, that comfort somehow ruins the experience. But the Camino Portuguese reminded me that comfort is allowed, that comfort is human, that comfort is not the enemy of spirituality. A private room does not make you less of a pilgrim. A washing machine does not reduce your authenticity. Taking care of yourself can actually deepen the journey. So for 2026, I'm choosing kindness again and again. And the last of those lessons, the anxiety about doing it right. This was the biggest lesson, the quietest one, and the most important. There is no single right Camino, no perfect plan, no ideal distance, no approved method. The Camino is not an exam, it's not a performance, and definitely it's not a competition. The real Camino is the one you walk, with your feet, your heart, your doubts, your hopes, and your beautifully imperfect self. So in 2026, I'm walking my way, and I hope you walk yours. So, whether you walked in 2025 and the Camino is still living inside of you, or you're preparing for your 2026 adventure, I hope those lessons help you to breathe a little deeper. The Camino changes us in small ways we only notice later. It teaches us softly, it shapes us slowly, and it always gives us more than we expect. In 2026, we walk lighter, we walk wiser, we walk more open than ever before. And I can't wait to meet you somewhere on the way. Buen camino and ultrea. Planning to walk Camino de Santiago but worried you're missing something? Are you in a crossroads in life seeking clarity or a fresh start? What if you could capture every moment of the transformation along the way? I've walked more than 10,000 kilometers around the world, and in my preparation packing list there is one thing I never leave behind. This journal, The Journey Within. Every Camino has taught me valuable lessons about life's twists and changes. The Journey Within isn't just another journal. It asks the right questions just at the right time, guiding you through the tough parts of the Camino and helping you to see what really matters. And it's not just my opinion. Thousands of fellow pilgrims have experienced its magic, as reflected in their brilliant reviews. Camino is a one-in-a-lifetime experience. Make the most of every moment and get the journal now.